it's Lena, and I'm here today with the Welcome to the Hellmouth Project Pan intro. I am doing this in conjunction with the PANtastic ladies. I got a little stuck on a word for a second there. I will be linking the Facebook group down below, but I will also be putting all the prompts down below because I know not everybody has a Facebook these days. Hi! Those are not yours, those are mine. Yeah, thank you. She thinks all stuffed animals are hers. They are not. Anyways, this was created by Jalen. I will obviously be linking her down below as well. It is actually the 25th anniversary of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, if you are not aware. Now, this is a show that I actually, I don't want to say grew up with, but I was in junior high and high school when it premiered, and when I watched it more or less for the first time. I actually used to catch the reruns on FX. That was how I first initially got into it. And then I got further into it later in high school and college. It ended in '03, but my neighbor in my dorm for I think it was my senior year in high school, she had the first 5 seasons and let me borrow them and marathon them like crazy. So that was how I initially got really into it. I was actually more of a fan of the show Angel, personally. Maybe it's just because of when I really got into it. I was a little bit older and the high school stuff didn't relate to me quite as much. Like when I super got into it like my last year of high school and college, although I've watched it in passing before that. But it is a show that I really love. I love both shows. Angel's more of my favorite for whatever reason. But we have... It goes from the 13th of March, which was when the first episode premiered, to October 13th, 7 months for 7 seasons. Like, Jalen really thought this one out. And there are 13 prompts for the 13 main characters, whom I will name in just a second. Not that I don't know this, it's that I believe that the ones that were considered the main characters were everybody that got a title credit. Like actually got their own intro in the title, which is why I'm pulling it up real quick. It is Buffy, Xander, Willow, Cordelia, Angel, Giles, Oz, Anya, Dawn, Spike, Riley, and Tara. Poor thing only got 1 episode of full credit. And if you know the show, you know what happened in that episode and why, and Joss Whedon is an evil, evil man. For many reasons. Just because I love the show does not excuse some of the stuff that has come out about him in recent times, so. But I am trying to be better to learn, at least in some instances, to separate the creator from something that I do love. In some instances at least, because like, I do own all the seasons now, but like, I bought them at Goodwill. So, he didn't make any money off of me in that way. Anyways, so the idea is to generate all your prompts. All the prompts are based off of different things for the show. And let's get this started. Alright, so first prompt, I got my pretty random app right here. 27. Oh, we went way down there for the first one. I may be dead, but I'm still pretty. So, an item that makes you feel pretty. Let me write the number down. Next, 2. Which is vampire, a vampire or blood themed item. For number 3, 3. All right. We can be a little more random than that. Pretty random, thank you. And that would be the Slayer, a product that slays. For number 4, 25. We are really only getting like 2 sections of numbers right now. 25 is the Bronze, which was the name of the club that they like to go to. An item that reminds you of a song, musician, band, or makes you want to dance. They had a lot of musical guests on there too, and one of the characters was actually in a band that played there. 28. Like I said, we're really sticking to like the top and the bottom of the list, which is kind of strange. The joys of randomizing your numbers is that sometimes it does that. Passion rules us all, and we obey. An item that exemplifies your passion for makeup, skincare, and beauty. I'll have to think about that one. For number 6, 30. Come on, man, work with me here. Give me something in the middle. It's gonna have to eventually. Becoming an item you love with all your heart, but you've realized needs to die. Dark. Number 7. 4, of course. I think my randomizer is broken, y'all. Angel. An item you have a complicated history with. Hi. Hi, thank you. Let's see, number 8. 8. Why not? Let's see what this is. No, you cannot lick my face. Number 8 is Xander, a product that has a funny, witty, or sarcastic name. You are so bad. Why do I let you get away with this? Number 9 is 9. I think my app's broken. I really do. That would be Hush, which, if you don't know the episode for like 35 of the 43 minutes was all done in silence. So it is a scary product, can be packaging, name, etc., or a product that scares you to use. If number 10 is 10, I'm gonna scream. Number 10 is 14. They actually chose me something in the middle. Mr. Pointy, that was what Buffy named her steak. A product you have to sharpen. Let's see. And number 11 is 6. And number 6 is Scooby Gang, what they called their group of friends. An item that never lets you down. Number 12 is 19. I know it only has 38 items to choose from, but this got a little silly. And that is the Master. That was the OG villain. The oldest item in your collection, or the oldest item in a category. Stop. And finally, for number 13, we have number 22. Thankfully, it was not 13. Not that I even know what 13 is. I just was like, it's really starting to think that my thing was busted. And number 13, number 22 is in every generation there is a chosen one, which was the Slayer, Buffy, a powerful item. So now I have to go figure out what to fill these prompts with, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back. That took forever. These are really hard. You have to really think about some of them, but I think I got everything. For my first prompt, which was number 27, I may be dead, but I'm still pretty. Something that makes you feel pretty. I feel pretty when my pores are filled in. I've mentioned this in another one that had a similar prompt. But this is the NYX Pore Filler Primer. It's just a little mini. Here is where we are starting at. So that should be no problem to get done. So this one I struggled with. For the second one, I drew number 2, actually, for a vampire or blood-themed product. Both of my, like, more direct blood, things with blood in the name are actually in other projects, so I ended up having to go with a Bite Beauty product. So this is one of their amuse-bouche lipsticks in Licorice. I have been craving a dark lip lately, so I decided to whip this out. In 7 months, I think I can finish it, especially since it's a little mini like this. It's not a full size. I think I can do it. I might be setting myself up for failure there, but I do want to try. For Slayer, or a product that slays, I chose my favorite type of lip balm. This is the Tarte Lip Quench. This is not the last one I have. I bought one for Christmas. But this is my oldest one, certainly. It is in the shade Holly. It has not been used, or it might have been used once. I just use these as a lip balm. I don't even know if my light's allowing you to see that. But it is technically like a pinky red tint, but I just use it as a lip balm. So it is a lip balm to me. For the fourth one, I have 25, the Bronze, something that reminds you of music, a song, makes you want to dance. This was another one that I had hell with, because I was like, what's something that reminds me of a song? And then I got Kokomo by the Beach Boys, of all things, stuck in my head. I'm not singing, but I wound up going with the Garnier Fructis Nourishing Treat 1 Minute Hair Mask with Coconut Extract. Kokomo, coconut. You see where I'm going with this? This is really old. I don't want to show you the back of it because it is stained from being under my sink for a very long time. Let me put it this way. I've lived in this house for 3 years and I moved with this. So That is just a hint of how old it is. Like, it's all kind of cruddy looking. I'm not bringing it up close. I did weigh it. It weighs 137.8 grams. This should not be an issue to finish in 7 months. Matter of fact, I'm sure I will finish it up quite a bit earlier than that. For the fifth one, I drew 28. Passion rules us all. Exemplifies my passion in makeup, skincare, etc. I chose something that exemplifies my passion for Korean skincare specifically. Because you're only just now seeing these type of products more in even American skincare. It's an ampule. This is the Round Lab 1025 Docto Ampule. None of this is in English, so I had to actually read it off of my phone. I got this from 0.8 liter a while back. Here is where we are starting. This should, once again, be no issue for me to finish. There's only like 2 items in here that might be giving me some issues, but one is the lipstick and the other one I'll tell you when I get to it. Next, for the 6th one, I rolled up 30, Becoming, something I love, but as I wrote in my notes, needs to GTFO, because I needed to shorten it so I could fit it. And I chose this, and I'm going to count uses on this, but you can't, it's a liquid eyeliner, you can't really like watch me pan it too much. It is the Ciate London Starstream eyeliner. This was in my hashtag Team Project Pan last year. It is the eyeliner that never dies. Eventually, come September, I'm going to get rid of it whether it's skipping or not, because I will have had it on and putting it on my eye for like a year straight. And that's something that close to my eyelid I don't want to have forever. It also does have this little star stamp. I do want to use it more because I just kind of forget that it exists most of the time. And you know, it's cute. Hopefully I can finish that. I'd like to actually finish it though and not just chuck it in September, but we'll see. For Angel, which was my 7th prompt, it was number 4. Product you have a complicated history with, I chose a Wet n Wild product I have in my collection because I used to love Wet n Wild, then they started selling in China, so no longer considered cruelty-free. This is their Prime Focused Primer Serum. It is, I actually got this in a giveaway last year. It is completely full, but it is a mini. It's only 15 mils, so this should not be an issue for me to finish. For Xander, something with a witty, fun, even sarcastic name, I chose my Touch and Soul No Poreblem Prime Essence. And the No Poreblem, they are pore-based primers, or pore-filling type primers. So that is the witty name. It is completely full. We are starting right here. I literally just knocked some air out of it to get a mark, but it's full. So that shouldn't be an issue. For Hush, or a scary product to pan with a scary name or whatever, I chose something scary to pan. No, I'm not going to try to finish this. But it is a MAC blush from the Patrick Star collection in the shade Take Me Home. Now it has 2 colors, but I just swirl them together when I use it. And what is scary about this is A, blushes are super hard for me to pan. I mean, they're hard for everybody, but I have trouble even going through one blush. I have been working on the same blush for over a year now, and it won't die. And because this is from MAC, it's not cruelty-free, which means I do need to pan this eventually. And I don't want to get rid of it because I really like it. Like, I like the packaging, obviously it's very cute, but I also really like the color on me. And there it is, right there. It's a very pretty color. For now, I just want to do 10 uses. Maybe a little bit of a cop-out, but I am panning another blush to completion. So this definitely fits the prompt, but I don't want to be trying to even hit pan on this or anything like that because it's not going to happen. Next is something where I read the wrong prompt. I drew 14, but I read 13's prompt, which was Mr. Pointy. So what I drew actually was 14, Spike, or a redeemed product, and this goes along the same line of cruelty-free statuses. I chose a Garnier product because they pulled out of China and became cruelty-free, thus redeemed, and I can now buy it and put it in my collection. This is their Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. This is the waterproof version, so it's the one you gotta shake up. It's just a mini, but I keep forgetting to use it to go ahead and get it used up, so I figured putting it in here would be a good idea. Hopefully I will have that done by next time and can roll something new in. Next is my 11th item. It was from number 6, Scooby Gang, Something That Never Lets You Down. I put in a toner in general because I've loved toners ever since I started washing my face. So like back when I was a teenager. I don't know, they just help me feel extra clean. I don't really get it, so I threw in a toner. This is the Bolero Soothing Facial Toner in Cucumber and Aloe. I didn't even mark this because, I mean, it is all the way up to the top. So just when I start using it, and I will mark the progress from there. Next, for my 12th product is the Master, the oldest product, or the oldest in a section. I went with section. I chose my e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, and this is really starting to show its age because it's starting to like get that bit of wax bloom around it. I don't know how well you can see it. It hasn't gone bad yet, but it is starting to get dry. And I know that because I had to scribble on my hand a bit to warm it up and make sure it was all right. Let me swatch this Bite Beauty lipstick real quick and Licorice. So yes, nice and dark. Which also feels appropriate with a vampire-themed item, honestly. And finally, this was another one that I accidentally read off the wrong prompt, but for my final 13th item, I have the Trio number 22, and it is a 3-pan type item, and I chose this. Something else I tried to pan last year. It is the Bella Pierre Cosmetics Pro Concealer Palette. Now, I'm not trying to pan this whole thing, but specifically, I want for this project to finish half of this orange shade. So I will take a picture of it and I will probably work, I don't know which side I will work on just yet, probably the top half, but I will figure that out and we will go from there. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!